age is just a number. Now I got two ways I'm gonna go about this, but the topic is age is just a number, right? So I'm gonna tell y'all a little story, take y'all down memory lane, right? So I had this female that I was dating back in high school, right? We were together for I said about 3 years, not quite three, but about 3 years. And then it ended pretty much abruptly. She had moved away, moved out of state, and I would talk to her every now and again. And she had got into it with this guy, got into a relationship with this guy, and he pretty much, how she spun the story was, he pretty much forced her to make a decision that she wasn't ready to leave me, but she felt as though she had to go with him because of FOMO, and that's short for fear of missing out. So she went with him off the strength of what could have been, right? Time goes on, and this man is not what he intended, or not what she intended, right? The grass wasn't greener on the other side, so to speak, right? Slowly but surely, the chinks in the armor started appearing. Lies started unfolding. Things were being revealed that weren't necessarily obvious in the beginning, or they were obvious, you just chose to ignore them. But whatever the case was, you didn't realize it until after the fact, after it was too late, right? So some months go by, not hearing from her. She finally reaches out, we talking, and then every time I speak to her, I get more pieces to the puzzle. So eventually I get the piece where he's older than her. Now, speculation was he was 40 something years old, right? This girl fresh out of high school, 18 now. That's already a big ass age gap. So we talking what? 18-year age gap? 18 plus 18, 40. So 22-year age gap, right? That was the initial speculation. So as time progresses, the girl comes back home, in hopes of rekindling a relationship with me, and me, being me, I merciful. I allow her to come back. She stayed for 2-3 days and decides she wants to go back to him, right? Yeah. She goes back to the man. So at this point, I'm really confused. I'm really pissed and stuff, and pretty much swore off of this person entirely. So, after a stint of time, I get a call. She ends up pregnant by this guy. After that, they were together for some more time, and then eventually they break up. They're still living together, and she moves back to my home state, or her home state, our home state, which is Delaware. She went from Virginia to Maryland, back to Delaware. So she's back, but she brings him with her, and then there are other pieces to this puzzle. I'm just trying to give a brief overview. There's other pieces, like this man's abusive, verbally, physically, whole bunch of things going on. And pretty much we get to the point where she comes back and I get bigger pieces to the puzzle. And this guy ends up being 50 some years old. Now he's currently like 62. So we're looking at like 4 decades in between this relationship, right? And I remember speaking to this woman and telling her, that's weird, like the age gap thing. And she expressed to me that age is just a number. Now, this is the first thing about age being just a number. This is the first, I guess, interpretation of it. Age being just a number, right? In some cases, it is just a number. Now, in the case that they perceive, or most people perceive it in, age is just a number, is regarding relationships. Like, some people don't believe that having a huge age gap in between a relationship affects how the relationship will fare in the long term, right? They feel as though you can have 2, 3, 4 decades in between y'all. Y'all are from different time periods. This person was grown, literally grown, 20 years before you were even born, and you're saying age is just a number. He no business entertaining you, right? If he really felt a certain way about you, he would tell you, you need to find someone that is your age. I'm flattered that you take a liking to me, but me and you just can't go no further than a talking relationship, a companion type relationship. I can take you under my wing. I can view you type as my daughter, on a level as my daughter, but as far as us being in an intimate relationship, this should never go further than that. But it did, and this person is paying the price for it every day. This man is still abusive to this day. He's still in her life to this day, right? She really can't get around him because he's the baby father, and we already know what that comes with, having a baby mom or a baby dad. So there's really no shaking this man, right? So that being said, you have this group of people that view age as a number regarding relationships, which I think is complete bullshit. You're allowed, I say, 5, maybe 10 years. After you get past that 10-year mark, shit starts getting really weird, right? Because the person, whether it be male or female, it starts looking as though they are being predatory. And the people are like, oh, well, they just don't understand us. Fuck the outsiders, fuck the haters. No, literally, it looks as though you're being predatory. And for a man, the first thing they want to say is, he's trying to groom her. He wants to mold her into what he wants because he doesn't like a full-grown woman that is capable of thinking on her own. He wants a little girl that he can tell what to do and that's going to listen to what he says. Now, in some cases that could be true. So that's why you want to stay within that parameter. You don't want to go too far out because you can't even give them that chance to even use that line, right? Because it does look sus. Even if your intentions are even if your intentions are good, you don't have any ill intent against this person, that you genuinely feel like you are in love with this person, right? Because love doesn't have love is blind. Love doesn't have an age on it. Love doesn't have any of these invisible or societal standards that people try to, or barriers people try to make it look like it needs to have, like same race or same sex. It has none of that, right? It knows no barriers. So with that being said, there still has to be certain precautions that you must take in order to, protect yourself and protect that other person, because you're going to have, some people going to talk regardless, right? But why give them more ammunition than they already need? Having that type of gap between relationship comes with problems because y'all don't think the same. Y'all are from different eras. Y'all are on different time, right? It's her time or it's his time. Your time is past, brother. You should now be looking at, somebody along your age range or whatever and trying to be on level like that, right? But I said that to say the other interpretation of age is just a number. Age is just a number regarding mentality, right? I have someone that's dear to me that is related to me that is dating someone that is out of her range. You know what I'm saying? And I don't agree with it, but I respect it because, that's what they decided to do, right? Me and this person had, we had a bout towards the beginning of the relationship, but we're cool now. We're cordial now. I have no, ill intent or bad intention toward them, and I hope that they don't feel the same towards me. So we're cool. We don't speak in terms and stuff, but people assume, or people think that just because a person is older that they have life figured out, that they have money in the bank, that they have a home, that they have a car, that they have all the necessities, that they have life figured out, for lack of a better term, that they know what they're talking about, they are on point, and that they have wisdom, right? And wisdom usually comes from experience. But let me tell you, age is just a number regarding a person's mentality. That is where age is just a number. That's what I interpret it as now. That's what you should interpret it. Age is just a number as. Age is just a number regarding a person's mentality. That if a person is, a certain way when they're younger, if they don't do anything to better themselves or educate themselves, they will be the same way 10, 20, 30 years from now. That does not change. You see a person and they get with an older person and they say, oh wow, this was not what I expected. You would think that they would have they would be more mature than a younger man or a younger woman, but they act exactly the same, right? It's just the same. Right. It's just the same because they never mentally grew up. Their mentality never elevated. Their mentality never opened up to a broader spectrum. By a certain age I should have this, by a certain age I should be doing this. I should be thinking, I should be planning, I should be thinking ahead instead of, in the moment. Right. People I know still don't got no type of credit built, established, don't have any money in the bank, don't have a home, don't have a car, right? Living paycheck to paycheck. Now, everybody's entitled to their hardships in life, but when you do not have any intentions of improving your life, that is a fucking problem. And then you get into a relationship with the person that's younger than you and they have more sense and more, initiative than you, that is a fucking problem. If that person is teaching you things that you should have known way before their time, that is a fucking problem. You're dependent on the younger person in a relationship, to hold your hand and walk you through what you should have already had figured out, what you should have already had established, right? But you're too busy trying to manipulate them into staying with you and manipulate them into not understanding that being in a relationship with you, is not an age, just a number thing. This is not right. But they, the whole time, are not willing to accept the fact that they should have had certain things in their life understood. They should have certain things in their life already established. Like if you're gonna look at a younger female, right, at least have something for her to, come into. You fucking, you know better than a fresh 18-year-old coming straight out of high school. What really do you have to offer? Nothing. You're gonna hold this fucking person back, right? Because you done fucked up year over year, fucked up. And then you get a person that you see, oh, they're young, they're impressionable, I can make them into what I want to. No, you don't need to make them into anything. You need to let them be. And you need to figure that shit out on your own. You need to figure your life out, right, before you try to come fucking up somebody else's life, younger or older for that matter. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, just to quickly recap before we end this video. Age is just a number regarding mentality. Age is not just a number regarding relationship status, right? Or in the terms of relationship. So people's mentality does not change the older they get. If they do nothing to improve upon their situation and their outcomes when they were younger, they will still be in those same predicaments and have the same outcomes as they get older. And they will be trying to corrupt a younger person, trying to be impressionable or feeling they're impressionable and leaning on them as a crutch. And the person that's younger than them has more experience and more get right and more initiative than they do. Age is not just a number regarding in them being in a relationship. You understand what I'm saying? As far as them having these huge age gaps and them trying to push through all of the naysayers and all of the adversity that comes with having someone that's a substantial amount younger than you, right, in relationship with you. That's not just a number. No, find somebody your right age and make sure you putting that work in. You don't need to be intertwined with nobody younger than you 20 years. That's fucking nasty work, bro. Get it together. But I don't know. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. Hopefully I explained that pretty much a way that everybody could understand it, right? If y'all want to join the Discord, link will be in the description. If y'all want to join if y'all want a one-on-one culture call, link will be in the description depending on the first comment. It's your boy Alex. Catch y'all on the next one. See that? I did my bottle. Got my shits on there. I got it on my card too, by the way, but I got my stickers on that joint. Give y'all a little idea if y'all want to promote y'all shit. Get yourself a water bottle and just sticker bomb it, man. It's stuff, subtle stuff like this. When I go to the gym, I promote myself, right? Promote myself. Promote yourself in subtle ways, right? You just never know. You might get somebody. You might pique somebody's interest.